would give you the audacity, the unadulterated audacity to do something like that? Is the lack of clear legal justification for actions, the absence of like transparent authority claims, executive actions preceding public explanation, right? Like, hey, just finding out stuff by way of Twitter, there were some things that occurred that actually seemed to be in violation or to be in conflict, rather, with things that were in United Nations Charter. I want to say it's like Article 2 or something like that. For you to make certain claims the way that certain things were saying, like you would have to say that it's either self-defense because something happened, like you popped off, I had the right to defend myself. Or you have to say that it was authorized, right? And then from a internal perspective, based off the way our stuff is written, there would need to be some level of something that was approved through Congress saying like, yeah, we understand, we support, we agree with that. People like, oh, if the president just do everyone. Not actually. There are rules to everything. And according to our own internal structure, that was not appropriate. So when I say like that was a problem, like several of the events that occurred relevant to Venezuela recently. And for someone to move outside of what international guidelines state should occur, and even their more domestic rules said should occur, there has to be some type of concern, right? Something that is pushing the needle of anxiety to say, no, we need to respond to this immediately. Because you're scared of losing power, what you're going to do, kind of over-assert yourself. Not say that you would per se, but I'm saying people generally have a tendency to over-assert themselves. What would give you the audacity, the unadulterated audacity to do something like that? I planned for months to go snatch this person out of some safe space that they were in with their significant other and bring them into our country because I feel like they violated something. But that particular approach to it doesn't align with what was stated internationally as to how you handle those kind of situations. Additionally, we wouldn't want somebody doing that to our elected officials. It sets a really interesting tone, and it blurs lines about boundaries about what you can and should not do when interacting with other bodies.